New at 11.
A DSS worker charged with indecent exposure at a local school.
Parents demand to know why he hasn't been fired.
WBTV investigates a house full of sex offenders.
It's right next to a playground.
We uncover why this home is sheltering convicted criminals so close to kids.
Car break-ins spike in one Charlotte neighborhood.
Police show me the #1 thing people are doing that makes them an easy target.
Flooded streets in the foothills.
Severe storms pounding parts of our region again today. We're tracking it with our dual-pole power Doppler radar.
This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. WBTV News at 11 starts right now.
Storms with lightning and heavy rain are blasting into the Carolinas. We're tracking them right now with Charlotte's most powerful radar network. Good evening and welcome. I'm Molly Grant.
I'm Paul Cameron. The rain has even caused some flooding in the foothills. Look. New video at 11 o'clock from Burke County. Swift water rushing down Morningstar Church Road just a few hours ago. The road shut down for part of the night.
Just went to the store. We was gonna walk, buy a high fire, and come back. We got that far, and that's it. The problem is we live way up at the top of the hill. You can't get home. Nope.
Despite the danger, we saw some people driving through high water. Luckily, this guy made it through.
Eric Thomas is in the First Alert Weather Center right now.
Eric, foothills have taken a pounding tonight, and now it looks like Charlotte's next.
Some of those areas picked up as much as 4 inches of rain. So the flooding, no surprise up there. But those storms, you're right, Paul, they've broken loose, and now they're coming in waves across the WBTV viewing area. Have a look at our dual-pole power Doppler network. The good news is we have no watches, no warnings, no advisories at all to report right now. These are all garden variety showers with some lightning strikes. You'll see there when I add the lightning, though, that there is still plenty to be found that is moving closer to the viewing area. But right now, you'll see that we have some lightning strikes right around Mecklenburg County, South Charlotte. This is right around Providence Road, and this is working off to the northeast near Independence, Idlewild. That's going to continue to move up through Cabarrus County. You'll see we have more storms up there, also moving through Rockwell in Rowan County. Now, look at this, where the flooding was occurring. More heavy rain, lightning moving back into Burke County, and there is a severe thunderstorm warning across Greenville, Spartanburg. That's a big line coming our way as well. Busy night ahead. We'll have more coming up in your 7-day First Alert forecast.
Okay, Eric, thanks. More than 5,000 homes without power in Rock Hill tonight, but that's not because of the weather. A city spokesman tells us the substation is down. Duke Energy is working to fix the problem.
Gaston County DSS pays this man to protect children, but police say they found Derek Sean Hensley drunk and naked at a local school. WBTV learned this is not the first time officers arrested Hensley. So why does he still have a job with Gaston County DSS? I'll note 11 o'clock. David Spun took that question straight to Hensley's boss. David.
Molly, Derek Hensley works specifically for Child Protection Services in Gaston County, but right now he's behind bars where he's been since Monday afternoon, and the head of DSS isn't saying much. With just a few more days until summer, students at York Intermediate School got quite the surprise Monday as they headed home. York police say 44-year-old Derek Hensley, a Child Protective Services social worker, urinated in front of the school. By the time police got to the scene, they say he was in his car, drunk. He was charged with indecent exposure and DWI.
It is bizarre.
Kristen Stevens has kids in York County schools and was surprised when we told her about the police report.
He works with children every day trying to keep them safe, and I can't believe he's not fired.
Right now, Hensley is still employed with Gaston County DSS. He's been working for the county since 1998. And get this, he was arrested last summer for DWI in North Carolina. We went straight to the head of Gaston County DSS, Keith Moon, who wouldn't speak to us on camera, but agreed to talk over the phone.
We take all of these things seriously.
But Moon wouldn't answer specific questions about Hensley's most recent arrest.
What do you say to parents that would be concerned that this guy works closely with children and he's been arrested before?
David, as you know, personnel issues are confidential under law in North Carolina, so I cannot comment on any specific case.
Next, we went to Hensley's Gaston County home, and his wife quickly came to the door and told us no comment.
If you want to ask questions, go to York and ask the questions.
So we did, and it's where we found York parent John McClure.
I look at it like this right here. If he did something like that, he don't need to be around kids. You know, that way I look at it. No way.
I pulled this county record from Gaston County. It shows Hensley was not suspended for his DWI last year. He even, Molly and Paul, received a pay raise 5 days after he was arrested last July. David Spunt, WBTV on your side.
David, thank you. This house burned to the ground. It was live on WBTV tonight. New information at 11 o'clock, though. Investigators tell us the fire started in the basement or first floor of the house, but they're not sure just yet. Firefighters had to truck in water to battle the flames. A neighbor told us a couple who lived in this home for more than 50 years escaped unharmed. New at 11, a kitchen fire will force this West Charlotte restaurant to remain closed. It broke out tonight at the Stockyard Grill on Rossell's Ferry Road. The good news is no one was hurt.
Thieves are breaking into cars across Charlotte. In one case, all they stole was a quarter. We went door to door with officers tonight, checking vehicles to make sure they're secure. Brigida Mack uncovered the one thing that could make you an easy target. Brigida.
Molly, it sounds like common sense. Remember to lock your doors. But it's the one thing folks often forget to do, and that just invites a thief into your car. Police call it phishing, what crooks do when they find an easy target.
How are you doing today? You got a second?
Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Lieutenant Michael Huber is serious about curbing the spike in car break-ins in several neighborhoods in his response area.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave the watch there because that's definitely something that would attract their attention, cause them to want to break into the car.
He went through the cars of neighbors in the Garden City community off Caps Hill Mine Road just like a crook would.
Work that section, we'll go back this way.
Pointing out areas of vulnerability and even items you wouldn't think a crook would nab.
Also, I know it probably doesn't seem like much, but you got the sunglasses.
His next stop, Keisha Dozier's driveway.
I'd like to look at the cars that you have out here.
Keisha's first car passed the survey with flying colors.
Actually, you did an excellent job on this car. This car passes.
But when Lieutenant Huber got to this white Volkswagen Bug, he found the #1 thing people do that makes them a target.
Well, since it's open, I'm going to do what a thief would, and I'm just going to look, okay?
Keisha sheepishly acknowledged she should keep her car doors locked, especially after a thief broke in just a month ago.
But sometimes we're just so comfortable in what we're doing, we forget to lock doors. The simple things, the small things.
She says she'll be more vigilant from now on.
So I'm glad he came out and reminded and let me know what I did and didn't do wrong.
Those neighborhoods saw several car break-ins just over the past week alone. Everything from a tag to spare change stolen. So it just goes to show thieves will grab anything, even the items you don't see as being valuable. Molly?
Thank you, Brigida. 2 men used a meat cleaver to attack a soldier on a London street. The British Prime Minister is calling this an act of terror. The soldier was hacked to death and decapitated. The 2 men who are accused of doing it stayed at the scene until police arrived. Officers shot them because they had weapons. An FBI agent shot and killed a man suspected of being involved in the Boston bombings. Investigators say Ibrahim Todichev turned violent during questioning at his townhome in Orlando, Florida. 2 officers who witnessed the shooting said Todichev lunged at the FBI agent with a knife.
Charlotte Mayor Anthony Foxx faced questions on Capitol Hill as the Senate considers his nomination to be Secretary of Transportation. WBTV's Steve Crump traveled to Washington, D.C. He was in the room as the confirmation hearings got underway.
It is an honor for me to appear today before you.
Southern charm was clearly executed in a place known these days for governmental gridlock.
And I truly believe that whether it is a bus, a road, a train, a plane, or a ship, our transportation system at its best connects our people to jobs and a better quality of life.
The 2-hour hearing shaped the opinion of those who were once believed to be tough critics of Anthony Foxx.
Thank you for your candor. I look forward to our working together, and I look forward to supporting your nomination.
The next stop in all of this involves timing, simply because the full Senate could vote on the confirmation next month in June. In the room were also supporters, including federal judge Nathaniel Jones, who gave Foxx a start in his office early on.
His judgment was impeccable, sober, and he's a very remarkable person.
Anthony Foxx will lead a double life over the next few weeks.
Great to have you with us. Well done today.
Running a city and keeping his eyes on Capitol Hill. Steve Crump, WBTV on your side, Washington.
The full Senate will now consider Fox's nomination. Sources say they could vote by the 4th of July at the latest.
The state Senate gave tentative approval to a budget that includes a major overhaul of the tax system. The budget is different than the one backed by Governor Pat McCrory. During a one-on-one interview with WBTV anchor Jamie Bowl, we asked McCrory about those differences.
Is there a deal breaker in that budget?
I don't think it'd be proper for me to say this is a deal breaker until you have discussions. And I think it would be improper for me to say this is what I would veto. Because as mayor, I never pulled that card out until the very end.
The governor told us he hopes to find a compromise with lawmakers over their differences.
Next at 11 o'clock, WBTV investigates a house full of sex offenders. We uncover why this home is sheltering convicted criminals not far from a playground for kids.
Plus, a local man whose entire family was caught up in the Oklahoma tornado tells us they're now okay. And we've tracked down a TV interview with his brother and his sister-in-law.
You're watching WBTV, the #1 choice for news at 11. We're back right after this.